Hey guys, it's ExandShadow, and welcome back to Let's Play Muramasa the Demon Blade. In this part, we go through one of my favorite areas in the game. I don't know if these areas specifically have names, other than Momohime's third dungeon or the Hida dungeon or whatever. But the music track that plays in this area is called Seasonal Beauties, and I absolutely adore this track. It is one of the most beautiful tracks in the game. Um, now, one thing that's actually really interesting is that this game, as I've mentioned before, does have a orchestral soundtrack. Well, not necessarily orchestral in that the game music is orchestral. I'm pretty sure it's synthetic instruments, but they do have an orchestral album where a full orchestra plays a selection of songs from the game, and Seasonal Beauties is on it. And now, the orchestral rendition of Seasonal Beauties sounds very different from the in-game version of Seasonal Beauties. In fact, they don't even share the same time signature. And for those who know music, I'm pretty sure this is 4/4 because it's going do 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 2 3 4. Yeah, it doesn't even share the same time signature. Whereas the this is kind of going for a more sweeping kind of dramatic kind of feel, whereas the orchestral version goes for kind of like a not necessarily a smooth jazz, but a much lighter take on the song, and it still works. Like one of my least favorite things about say OC Remix, which is a remix group on the internet. They do remixes of a lot of video game songs, and no disrespect intended to any of the people who work there, because I'm sure they're perfectly fine musicians in and of themselves. But I don't particularly like a lot of OC remixes because they work too hard to remix the song, and I don't want to say like they work too hard, but they remix the song to the point where it's not even recognizable anymore. And I don't like that. I think a remix should try to be a different take on the song. And if you get to the point where the melody is not even recognizable anymore, then I think you're doing it wrong. But the Bass Escape orchestral rendition of Seasonal Beauties is absolutely beautiful because it's not only it's a remix of the song that's in a different style, but it still works and the melody's still comprehensible. Like particularly the do 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 do, which I'd say is basically just the main chorus of the song, and I can't heal here. This is bad. Oh, we got Vengeance. What is? Oh, this thing. It creates like a little shield around you. This is a pretty good. This is a pretty good ability. But yeah. I think that they do a really great. Ah, crap, 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 crap. Okay. Yeah, that's what I get for getting off topic. But now that's not to say that they're perfect about this because in the Bass Escape orchestral rendition, their remix of Dim Twilight, which is the very peppy, upbeat song that started playing as soon as we started exploring the overworld, that song's remixed to the point of almost in unrecognizability. Like I can't hear the melody in that one, and it's going for a really somber kind of take when Dim Twilight's a really peppy song. So yeah, it's just sometimes some songs can only be shifted so much, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But this area, I think it's gorgeous. It's one of my favorites in the game. And we can actually use this sword. How about that? So hold on, let's get our equipping going on. And our short sword is already fallen behind. So we get Misty Slash 2, which will be hopefully better than the original Misty Slash. Misty Slash Electric Boogaloo. Awesome. Now actually, damn it, man. The one thing about running into enemies as soon as you open up an area, you can pause the game while you're in a fight, but you can't do a lot of the same things while you're paused. Like, we can't cook, we can't change our equipment, we can't forge. Obviously, enemies are attacking us. What, did you expect them to just sit down and let us do stuff turn-based style? Pfft, man, that would just be silly. But if you take a look at the forge, there are points in the forge where where you stop being able to make swords for a little while. Like here, once we forge these two swords, they don't seem okay. So once we forge these two swords right here, we won't be able to forge anything else for a while because we don't have because it's just how the sword tree works. So there does come a point where you'll be gaining levels and you won't be able to forge any more swords. And then I think I've actually gotten to a point where I've gained so many levels and I haven't forged swords in a while because I couldn't because of the way the sword tree works. Basically, you need one of these colored blades that you get for beating a boss to start continuing down the tree again. But I've gotten to the point where I've gotten a new sword, and then I could constantly make 5 swords, and then there's a couple swords that I just flat out don't use because by the time I get them, they're underpowered. But yeah, it's the one thing about this dungeon is that it's one of the shorter ones in the game, which is sad. I believe Kisuke has a similar dungeon to this, a snowy dungeon with seasonal beauties playing that goes on a little bit longer, if I remember correctly. Again, when I go back to play Muramasa, I usually stick to Momohime's story most of the time. Not anything against Kisuke's story. I like it quite a bit. I actually think he has better boss fights overall. But it's most of the time I'll usually get my kicks by playing Momohime's story, and that's that. I generally don't find myself needing to play Kisuke's. So I'm a little bit more fuzzy with details regarding his story. Is basically all that I'm trying to say. So anyway, we've got another boss coming up, so we should get ourselves prepared by forging the tofu hot pot and getting ourselves some attack and defense buffs. Why don't we? Okay, cool. So anyway, we've got more plot coming up, so yeah, that's going to be pretty sweet.
どうするって行くしかねえじゃねえか。ここでこうやって待ってたって日が暮れちまうだけだよ。てめえ忘れてやがるな。話したじゃねえか。この先の峠には怖え山の神様がいて旅人を食うんだってよ。聞くところによると、そいつは雲を越す大入道で一つ目に睨まれたらでけえ一本足で踏み潰されるんだそうな。しゃあ、そいつはちょいと勘弁してもらいてえもんだな。おめえ、なんでこんな人気もねえ恐ろしい山道を選んだ。バカ言え。俺がちょっと目離した隙にてめえが勝手にこの道をとっとこ進んでいったんじゃねえか。
本菊ではないか。人がおるところへ出てくるとは珍しい。
旦那様、やはり美濃へ参るのは容易ではありませぬ。玉写しに使う黒蜜のタッチ、村正で代わりはできませぬか。
相模の黒蜜は腕は村正に遠く及ばず作刀も少ない。故にあまり世に知られておらぬが、実は得意な力を持つ。その刀身には地獄に由来する魔性の力を帯びているのだ。地獄の極卒らは亡者を切り刻んでは生き返らせ、休みなく繰り返し攻め苦を与えるのが仕事。黒蜜はその極卒が持つ喝殺自在の大なたを地獄より持ち出して刀に打ち直したのだと言われておる。黒蜜の生活近く鎌倉あたりであれば、他にも作刀が埋もれておる矢本を探し回ってみたが、徒労であった。お主ら、ようも無事でこの山奥まで来れたものよの。ここまで化け物には襲われなんだか。
俺ら山に入るときにそこの娘に高い魔除けのお札を売りつけられて持ってるんだ。聞いてもらうには困る。だけどこの先何人も旅人を食ったすごいやつが出るって噂じゃねえか。いや怖いわけじゃねえんだがよ。おや、娘さんも後先考えず来ちまって立ち往生かい。こりゃしめた。いや、こっちの話だ。何でもねえ。なだけの旅は心細い。安心しなせえ。おいらがついてら。怖かったらぎゅーっと抱きついてくれて構わねえよ。
年頃の娘の身で この寒いのに足をむき出してどこへ行く？この先には雪入道の類がいて危ないぞよ。こっちもそいつを退治しようと来たはいいが、お札が尽きたので山を降りるところじゃ。お主らもそうせい。
人臭いぞ。しかも若い娘の匂いだ。山を越えようとする者は踏み潰して食ろうてやるぞ。
Okay, so yeah, we're fighting a foot. Yeah, this is not one of my favorite boss fights in the game, if only just because it's a little bit wonky at points. There's actually multiple stages to this boss, but not in the way you'd think. Basically, what we need to do is we need to try to get up on top of this foot here when he tries to stamp on us. But actually, something interesting about this game, that girl we were talking to, Sayo, she's actually somebody who has an awful lot more importance in Kisuke's story. So there is some slight crossing over between stories. It's not very major though. It's mostly just minor background stuff if you that you kind of have to look for, basically is what I'm saying. And, you know, I love Vanillaware. I think they have great art design, but I cannot get over the way that they design muscular characters. It's just something about them looks very weird to me. But anyway, this boss isn't too bad. Basically, what's going on is that we want to stay up here as much as possible because if we fall back down, it's generally a lot harder to do damage to him because the foot's annoying to hit. It moves around a lot. Whereas we can just try to hit this hand, which is generally a lot more stable. And I believe there's a third phase to this boss as well if we can do enough damage to it in this area, although I've broken 2 of my blades, which is not good. So, crap. It's doing that whole background thing where, you know, they're fighting us from the background, which makes me wonder why we can't just turn 90 degrees and fight the and just like jump back and try to slash them. But we're also standing on the cloud, so I probably shouldn't be asking too many questions. And my ability boost faded already. I think I can survive one more hit. I don't want to. Oh, good. I did the okay. I did the whole blocking and regaining my health thing that I'm still not entirely sure how it works. But I want to take one more hit before I use the sweet potato because I don't have many of them, and they restore 600 health, and I don't want to waste any of that health. Is basically what. Oh, come on! I broke it already. Okay, and oh crap! I don't even have any swords left at this moment. I believe if you have no swords available, one of them will start to regain power really freaking fast because like our sword with the moon ring that regains power really quickly, like absolutely obnoxiously quickly actually. I'm gonna be using a few recovery pellets. That's actually why it's a good idea to have a few of those hanging around, the recovery pellets, because they don't restore an awful lot of health individually, but they're pretty cheap and they actually you can use them without adding to your fullness. So that's actually why it's good to have a few of them around. Like they shouldn't be the only what's this called? They shouldn't be the only healing item you have on you by any means. By any means, you should have better healing items on you than just pellets. But they are a good backup, I guess, is more what I'm trying to get to. And yeah, this boss is not one of my favorites because I always seem to get hit. It doesn't seem like it. I have a harder time trying to dodge. Ah, crap! No! Nah, damn it. Of course that would happen. Okay, well, And I just wasted a sweet potato. I love when I do that. Okay, let's get to cooking. I should probably make a few more of these. Yeah, I should probably make, I'd say 5 sweet potatoes would probably be good. And oh yeah, I have like stones that I can be using. You know what? I have to wait for this fullness to wear off before I can use any of my hot pots. So I'm sorry about that. Anyway, yeah. Let's go into our items and prepare a little bit better, shall we? I don't need the herbal remedy because, well, basically there's not really any statuses in this fight. We've actually got a lot of bear and tiger pellets, so I'm gonna equip those on top of, instead of the, actually, okay, that looks like a good set of items. Let's try this again. Yeah. Again, I am not the best. I'm not the best at this game. Actually, there's a really good playthrough of this game done on Fury mode. I believe of the, or at least of the bosses done on Fury mode, and I believe Fury mode is the Vita name for the one-hit KO mode. So, yeah, that's really cool to watch a skilled player play this game. It's absolutely stunningly beautiful to watch. It's just, you know, watching that kind of mastery of the combat is just great, especially in a game like this where everything looks so fluid when you actually know what you're doing. You know, it's breathtaking, I think, is a good word to describe it. It's breathtaking, and ow, I'm getting hit a lot more than I really should be. It's not really his attacks, like the melee attacks that give me trouble. It's the floating projectiles, which we'll be seeing once we get to this second phase. Yeah, those are the ones that give me more trouble, are the projectiles, because I want to get a good attack in on him, and you know, instead I'm you know, taking pot shot damage from. I'm gonna use a rice ball. Instead, I'm taking pot shot damage from projectiles. I think you definitely want to try to reflect them instead of trying to block them, because I think it was trying to block those projectiles that was giving me trouble. Or maybe it's just, you know, maybe I shouldn't just try to do anything with them because it'll break my blade. I thought it was blocking that was giving me all the broken blades, but I think it might just be I need to avoid the circular. Yeah, the circular ones seem to be the ones that give me that are the ones that can break your blade very easily. So the kind of circly ones I think are a little bit less troublesome. But you need to keep an eye out on the circle ones the most. If you see a kind of damn it. If you see one of the more like frisbee-ish looking ones, you can kind of you can try to reflect those for some extra damage. But there are basically 3 different forms to this boss fight. There's the foot form, there's the form in the clouds, and then there's the boar form, which is essentially his quote-unquote real form. This is like the form that he actually... And this is the form where you can get the most damage done on him. So you want to actually keep him juggled. I did not do a good job there of juggling him. So that's why come on. Okay. Okay. Can I... Wait, hold on. There we go. Okay. There we go. A quick slash will get rid of all of those. A quick slash will get rid of all of those projectiles, though. So I'd recommend saving them for that, or for, well, you don't have to save a quick slash for if your blade breaks. You just have to, you just get one. That's actually, the game does throw you a pity point for that. If your blade breaks, then you get a pity quick slash so that you can quickly change to a different sword and, you know, keep on fighting. It might not be with the sword that you want, but at the very least it's you know, a sword. So I gotta try to get him up in the air. Damn it. Okay, well, I'm doing pretty good. He's on his last bar. Okay. Ow, 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 ow. Okay, yeah. That see, I knew it was a good idea to make more of those sweet potatoes because I've already used up 3 of them, and yeah. So okay, let's get rid of these things, shall we? And dodge out of the way of that attack and keep on going. Wait, can I hit his knee? No, I cannot hit his knee. Okay. You know, sometimes your reflected attacks won't go straight back at the enemy for some reason. I'm not really sure what causes that or what doesn't. Or what causes him to change forms, because I thought that that happened basically when he was done with a health bar, but I think the game wants you to beat him in the boar form, so that's probably why. And I'm just gonna juggle him for shits and giggles. Or the game can just end the battle anyway. Alright, come on guys, I was trying to troll him, but whatever. And we got the Ichi Monji Norimune. Again, I don't speak Japanese. I apologize greatly for the butchering of this language, but yeah.
つまらぬことで思わぬいとまを取った。おかげで今宵は野宿。慰めにボタン鍋でもつつきながら一杯やるとしようか。化け物の肉なら綱吉の悪法もお構いなしであろうよ。さあ、とどめを刺して皮を剥いでくれる。
待ってくだせえ。山の秘密を包み隠さず話しますので、そればっかりは堪忍してください。
このもののけは我らと同じく年を経て通力を得た変化。変化は1000年生きて1000機を培い、天文をくぐって初めて天津神の仲間入りを果たすのです。この霊泉に使っておれば数百年で天に昇れるやも。人間に知られたくないのも無理はない。
ここが山の隠れ湯だ。人間に見つかってはこの霊泉におちおち入れぬで、妖怪に化けて追い払っていたんだ。オーラの名はイザサ王。昔は吉野のおばが峰に住んでたが、人を襲って坊主に追われここまで逃げてきたんでさ。
これからは人間に見つからないようにここへはそっと夜来るようにするのですよ。
アシュラみてえに恐ろしい娘が今は観音様みてえに微笑んどる。分かった、見つからんように気をつける。
イノシシとの約束など保護にして獅子肉にしてしまえばいいものをムキになってダダをこねおって。まあよい、これも黒蜜が手に戻るまでの辛抱。次はしくじらぬように相手をよく選ばねばならんな。
それでは次も誰かを犠牲にすると申すのか。そもそも己の身を捨て他人になろうとしたのは何故か。
好き好んでのことではない。元の体は胸を患ってどちらにせよ長くは生きられぬ身であったのよ。わしは想像を絶する修行の末に極めたこのおぼろ流を己だけのものとするために一兄弟子を切り捨てもした。ただ死を待つばかりならと非容疑にかけたのがあの夜で、野牛の地位と体を奪うはずであったのだが
な。コンギク、今の鳴神で実権を握っておる奴は誰じゃ。太刀の行方を知る者はいそうか。
改易後は評判の良くない鹿見檀上という大官が幕府の直轄領として鳴神藩を仕切っております。
鹿見檀上と言われましたか。鹿見は鏡家に仕える普代の家臣。一体何故大官になど。そやつなら黒蜜の行方を知らぬはずはあるまいて。桃姫は鳴神の姫。正面から堂々と会いに参ろうぞ。
Okay then, so as is customary for Muramasa, we get a bit of a plot dump at each boss fight. In this case, it's more background information about a Jinkuro and Momohime as opposed to like actual plot progression. But yeah, it looks like we cannot actually equip the Ichimonji Noromie. We're actually quite a few levels behind for that one. But I believe we can now forge something new at the very least. We can forge. Nope. Oh, well, we did get, I'm pretty sure that green, we can forge everything down from this green path now. So that's good. And by everything, I mean these 3 swords. Alright then, but okay, well, we can use this. Oh, and we get the no poison effect. That's actually really good. So now we don't have to equip the, whatever it was called that gave us that. So the Kuchinawa? Kuchinawa. I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna be firm in my convictions. Oh, and look at that! We can actually equip 2. We can actually equip 2 2 short swords instead of just 1 short sword for once. That's really nice. But yeah, again, this area is more. It was just more on the way to the to our final destination, which is to find the Kuramitsu blade, obviously. But it's just like I can't be the only one who loves the way ice levels look. I mean, it tends to be a very common theme is that the winter themed levels might be annoying to play, but are absolutely beautiful to look at and listen to. You know, that tends to go with almost every game actually, and I don't know what it is about winter-themed levels that seem to be so beautiful, because it is kind of a very dead time of the year. But I mean, I think it's just, you know, the way that the sunset looks and the trees and the snow. It's very pretty. But anyway, I believe we're just gonna make it back to the save point that we were just at, because if I remember correctly, there was a save point leading to where we were about to go next. So let's head to the Hida district and take a look. One thing that I love about this game, the load times are really, really short. Like, they are like maybe 2 seconds at most. Actually, I believe we're only a few counters away from leveling up again, so that's also very nice. So we're going to go to the Mino province to see where the Kiyomitsu. Oh, it's only 1 over, so we actually won't even have that much backtracking to, well, exploration, I should say, to do. So let's save for the time being and call it a day. Well, actually, yeah, let's just save for the time being and call it a day. And next time on Let's Play Muramasa the Demon Blade, we're going to head to the next dungeon of the game. I'm ExandShadow, and I'll see you guys later.